topic that we're going to talk about is pain, major problem that affects the quality of life of elders. It is not expected that people, because they grow older, should be in pain, and yet think about this, 25 to 50% of people who live out in the community suffer from pain. Nothing compared to the 45 to 80% of nursing home residents that experience and understand this untreated pain. This is not forgivable. This is just for something that I would say that the MDSs are looking at, FTAGs are looking at, surveyors are looking at, and they're in our nursing homes and assisted living looking for this. But who's looking for this in home care agencies, in the adult daycare services? We all have to be aware that quality of life is diminished when someone has pain. We just have to think about that in regards to our own pain to know how it affects us. Well, why do we see this as being so prevalent? Well, pain by some healthcare professional is perceived as a normal part of aging, and this is education. It is not. Individuals may not be able to verbally communicate their issues of pain. Of course, if they're cognitively impaired, that becomes increasingly more the responsibility of those of us who provide the care to know those signs and symptoms. Fear of providing habit-forming medications or addiction. This is something we really have to address. As we've dealt more and more with palliative care, we've learned so much more about the habit formings. And in seniors, this is something that we have to really protect against. And the elder hesitancy to report pain. You might wonder, why do I have a crucifix down in the bottom? Many religious history and growing up was that if we suffer for our pain, we may get into heaven, or that God is giving these crosses to us to bear, and how well do we bear them? And we have to be sensitive to that, and we have to bring in chaplains and social workers to work with people to see how we can help them with other aspects of their spiritual needs, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But there's entire studies on issues of pain and why people don't report it. But we have to stay on top of making sure that we're going to do something to manage this pain. How do we do that? Well, we have to increase our emphasis on recognizing and treating it. We see that is happening. We see so many more studies on what to do. We have different pain scales. And again, this is an assessment tool that we can use to help people to find what is a tolerable level of pain that does not diminish their quality of life. We can utilize pharmacy consultants. In regulated facilities, we do that all the time. In assisted livings and other areas, we don't. But I can tell you that I've been fascinated with how amenable and helpful pharmacists are, from every place from Walgreens to CVS to HEB, wherever you're at, in helping us to understand more. And I tend to call them without hesitancy because they are such a helpful group. Understanding and educating families, staff, and individuals themselves about the negative impact that pain has on quality of life. If you have pain that causes you not to sleep, after a while, the sleep deprivation will have even greater impact. The pain itself will be the deprivation from sleep. I also have to tell you that everything has to be weighed, because when we treat for pain management and we give pains, on the other hand, we may cause constipation. We may cause lethargy. We may cause more opportunities for people to fall because of the fact they're on. So this is a very tenuous situation to work with, but it's one that's well worth it to put the impact and the increased attention on it to improve quality of life for seniors.